Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories, where imagination floats you softly into dreamland. Breathe, rest, and sleep.
Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories, where restful journeys gently unfold before your closed eyes and carry you into a tranquil slumber. Tonight, you're invited to unwind and drift away as you explore a secret treehouse hidden deep in a lush jungle. Before we begin, find a comfortable position and allow your breath to soften. Feel your muscles ease as your shoulders settle into their natural resting place, and notice how you already feel. A gentle sense of tranquility flowing through you. Breathe in deeply, letting each calm inhale draw you toward peace, and exhale slowly, allowing any lingering tension to melt away. As you listen, you'll wander through swaying vines and soft foliage, following a hidden path that leads to a cozy treetop refuge. There, serenaded by the hush of the canopy, a sleepy paradise awaits. Take another slow, deep breath now, filling your lungs with a soothing sense of calm. Picture the weight of your day's worries growing lighter. Sense the easing of your thoughts, the gradual slowing of your inner rhythm as you exhale. In this moment, there is nowhere you need to be and nothing you need to do, except immerse yourself in the gentle promise of rest. Notice how your eyelids grow heavier, your breathing more measured. Inhale gentle warmth. Exhale the day's clutter. Let these natural, calming rhythms cradle you in softness. Soon you will begin a tranquil adventure, drifting far from cares or concerns, allowing the world of the hidden jungle treehouse to envelop your heart and mind. In the near distance, you can imagine the presence of tall, emerald trees with canopies that stretch toward the sky. You might begin to sense the delicate fragrance of moist leaves and damp earth, along with the subdued hum of nocturnal creatures preparing for the warm hush of the night. Gradually, your mind's eye conjures a soft glow, weaving through the greenery, as if moonlight itself is beckoning you onward. You have nowhere else to be, and with each breath, you prepare to enter a landscape of utter peace. Breathe in, breathe out. Each moment of reflection draws you deeper into the restful world that awaits. Allow your gaze, even if only in your imagination, to fix gently on that glowing path, winding deeper into the jungle's embrace. Breathe softly, letting that faint luminescence guide you forward. You're calm and open to the journey that beckons. You're ready to shift from your day, from your busy mind, to the quiet haven of nature's gentle arms. A sense of dreamy curiosity hovers at the edges of your awareness. All you need to do is follow that comforting glow. Now, as you settle more deeply, let the story flow like a lullaby, cocooning you in gentle images and soothing sounds. Imagine that you are gradually stepping away from your own perspective, allowing a narrative to unfold from a tender distance. There is a figure, a traveler, awaiting a serene adventure in a hidden treehouse nestled within a verdant jungle. Observe this traveler from afar, without effort or urgency, simply letting the images gather and sway with the calm of the evening. The traveler stands at the edge of a dense jungle, where tall trees stretch their limbs overhead. The late afternoon sun filters through broad emerald leaves, casting dappled patches of light on the mossy ground. There's a warm hush in the air, a sense of anticipation mixed with the subtle thrill of discovery. Around the traveler, branches rustle softly, as if the entire forest is a well-tuned instrument, playing notes only a patient listener might hear. In the tall undergrowth, slender stems of ferns curve with languid grace. Their feathery edges glow in stray sunbeams. Gentle breezes occasionally sweep through, carrying with them the faint scent of tropical blossoms and fresh rain evaporating in the golden sunlight. The traveler breathes in, filling their lungs with the earthy perfume of the jungle. Then they exhale, releasing an unhurried sigh that resonates with the calm and acceptance of this peaceful realm. Slowly, the traveler steps onto a narrow path bordered by dense thickets of foliage. Each footstep creates a soft crunch against the forest floor, a muted beat within the hush. Here in the jungle, time seems measured not by clocks, but by the movement of clouds drifting overhead, and by the gentle, unspoken rhythms of living things. Birdsong filters through the trees, accompanied by a light background chorus of insects that hum and buzz in a tranquil symphony. Within these natural harmonies, the traveler feels a comfortable sense of belonging, as though the jungle itself has extended an invitation to rest and reflect. Treading deeper onto the path, the traveler notices the canopy gradually becoming thicker. Leaves interlace in delicate patterns, forming an intricate tapestry overhead. Tiny beams of late sunlight sneak through the green labyrinth, illuminating floating dust motes that shimmer like microscopic fireflies. The air grows cooler, and the traveler's breath lengthens into a slower pace. There is a distant, soothing drip of water, perhaps a small creek hidden behind lush vines, or a trickling stream gently shaping the earth below. For the traveler, each rustle of leaves, each melodic call of an unseen bird forms a lullaby that resonates at the edge of perception. With every step forward, the path seems to guide them deeper into a calm, primordial silence. Inhaling the humid jungle air, they sense a comforting heaviness around them, as though the forest wraps its arms in a warm, leafy embrace. Eventually, the traveler comes upon a clearing dotted with tall, ancient trees whose trunks rise majestically, their bark laden with moss and twisting vines. High among these towering guardians, the traveler glimpses a wooden structure nestled near the top of a particularly old tree. Even from this distance, the silhouette of the treehouse seems welcoming, as though it has been patiently waiting for a visitor all this time. a soft glow emanates from the treehouse's windows, suggesting that some kind of gentle lantern or natural luminescence resides within. The traveler feels a subtle surge of anticipation, balanced by the soothing hush of the jungle. They move closer, weaving through clusters of fern and wild flowers, following a gentle arc in the path that leads to the foot of the grand, twisting trunk. There, at the base of this venerable tree, the traveler finds a sturdy wooden ladder cloaked in vines, each rung looking time-worn but secure. From above comes a faint cooing of doves roosting in the higher branches, their comforting calls echoing down. The traveler places a tentative hand on the ladder, feeling the smooth polish of old wood that has been shaped by years of steady contact. Carefully, step by step, they begin to ascend. Climbing up, the traveler notices how the tree's bark is layered with intricate patterns of ridges and grooves. Small clusters of vibrant moss cling to the trunk, forming soft velvety patches under their fingertips. A mild breeze stirs the leaves around them, creating a gentle rustling chorus that blends with the traveler's soft breathing. The further they climb, the more expansive the view becomes, revealing a green canopy that seems to stretch to infinity. Eventually, the traveler arrives at a small landing, a wooden platform circled by a simple railing. This platform fronts the entrance to the hidden treehouse. Curiously, it feels as though they've entered another realm, suspended in the tranquil hush of the treetops. Here, the thickness of leaves filters the last golden rays of the sun, allowing only a soothing, diffuse light to slip through. The air at this height is fresh and cool against the traveler's skin. The treehouse door is ajar, inviting the traveler inside. The traveler steps across the threshold, and immediately, a sense of calm and welcome envelopes them. The walls and floor are crafted from polished wood, the warm amber tones catching soft, dappled light that sneaks through screened windows. In one corner, a cozy sitting area is arranged with soft cushions, while a small table made from a repurposed tree stump holds a simple clay vase of fresh, tropical flowers. A hammock, woven from durable fibers, is strung across one side of the main room, gently swaying as if beckoning the traveler to curl up inside. There's a sense that this is a sanctuary in every sense of the word, a tranquil place to reflect on dreams and hopes, or perhaps to surrender to the soothing lull of the jungle. The soft murmur of leaf against leaf surrounds the space, blending with the faint calls of distant night birds. As twilight begins to settle, the traveler takes a moment to light a gentle lantern, its glow illuminating the treehouse with a golden shimmer. The subtle flicker plays across the polished wooden walls, casting dancing shadows that move in time with the rustling branches outside. In that flicker, the traveler senses the quiet heart of the jungle all around, woven through centuries of life and growth. Stepping onto a small balcony just off the main room, the traveler finds themselves embraced by a soothing breeze that rustles the canopy. From this elevated vantage point, they can glimpse the vast stretch of jungle, its green depths slowly surrendering to night's tender hush. The sky overhead blooms with a twilight palette of soft pinks, muted oranges, and pale purples. The traveler remains there for a while, watching as the colors recede into deeper indigos and gentle blacks, allowing the day to gracefully give way to the mystery of night. With darkness settling, the nighttime chorus of the jungle begins. Crickets and tiny tree frogs, hidden among broad leaves, sing their gentle lullabies. Occasionally, the flutter of a bat's wings breaks the hush, but the forest's nocturnal rhythms are delicate and measured, creating the perfect backdrop for peaceful contemplation. The traveler breathes in the earthy night air, finding the fresh scent of leaves and damp wood endlessly soothing. At last, the traveler returns to the main room. The hammock, gently swaying, seems to promise the sweetest dreams. There's a simple blanket folded at the foot, woven in subtle hues, reminiscent of moonlit vines and starlit blossoms. Soft forest textures meet the traveler's fingers as they lift the blanket. Settling into the hammock, the traveler feels weightless, cradled by woven fibers that conform to each curve of their body. Outside, the rustling of leaves and the steady hum of night creatures continue their serene symphony. The traveler closes their eyes, lulled by the steady sway of the hammock and the jungle's midnight hush. Drifting in that half-waking space, they recall the day's gentle journey, the winding path through ferns, the climb up the time-worn ladder, the calm welcome of this lofty refuge. Now, enveloped by the sweetness of the treetops, they release every last trace of tension. Moonlight filters softly through the windows, illuminating the interior of the treehouse with a silver glow. The traveler rests, breathing in gentle, measured cycles, matched to the pulse of the forest. Time seems suspended here, and each passing moment invites deeper stillness, deeper relaxation. High above the ground, in this secret nest, the traveler's thoughts drift like clouds across a moonlit sky, unhurried and free. After a while, the traveler stirs, thinking to explore just a bit more before fully embracing slumber. Rising from the hammock, they pass by a small window and see the broad canopy below, leaves rippling in a faint breeze, their surfaces glossy under the moon's tender gaze. Fireflies dance amid the foliage, tiny sparks of light glimmering here and there. Their soft glow meanders among the twisted vines and broad leaves, as if each flicker is a hush of contentment. The traveler steps out onto the balcony once more. They notice a ladder leading up a little higher into the branches, a small extension of the treehouse that the traveler hadn't explored yet. Curiosity gently ignites, and they climb carefully, each rung leading them closer to the star-strewn sky. Soon they arrive at a higher lookout deck, ringed by smooth wooden railing. Up here, the jungle spreads out like an endless sea of leaves. The traveler can hear the hushed calls of creatures far below. Owls, frogs, the occasional distant rumble of a nocturnal animal moving through the undergrowth. The air is just slightly cooler at this height, and stars glow above in their infinite tapestry. The traveler leans against the railing, feeling a gentle calm seep into their bones. In the distance, the faint glimmer of a waterfall can be seen, cascading under moonlight. Its steady rush mingles with the forest's night chorus, creating a lulling ambience that seems to wrap the entire jungle in a comforting hush. With a soft smile, the traveler savors this rare gift, a moment where time and worry fade, replaced by the timeless lullaby of the natural world. Eventually, the night grows deeper. The traveler senses their eyelids drifting closed, lulled by the heady perfume of orchids blooming unseen in the shadows, and by the gentle hush of leaves overhead. Descending the small ladder once again, they return to the comfort of the main treehouse space. The hammock awaits, whispering of the sweetest dreams, and the traveler settles into its gentle cradle once more, pulling the woven blanket up to their shoulders. Cradled there, the traveler allows the mind to empty of all thought, letting the hush of the jungle fill every corner of awareness. The quiet breathing of the forest resonates like a tender lullaby, each rustle and chirp weaving a tapestry of gentle sound. In that suspended moment, body and mind find a profound and soothing harmony. As the moon continues her slow ascent, the traveler drifts into a light, easy doze. Fireflies trace graceful patterns beyond the treehouse walls, faint glimmers of magic beneath the dense canopy. Occasionally, a soft breeze filters in, carrying with it a delicate hush of shifting leaves and the subtle scent of damp earth. Each sound, each scent is a reminder of how peaceful the world can be when one surrenders to the warmth of the moment. Gradually, hours pass, though the traveler scarcely notices. The hammock's sway has become part of the body's own rhythm, an endless lull that matches the soothing pulse of the night. Warmth and safety flow through each limb, releasing tension from the shoulders, the neck, the small muscles of the face. Even the traveler's thoughts slow to a gentle trickle, each one dissolving into the darkness, leaving only a tender hush. In the early hours before dawn, there is a moment of near silence when the nocturnal creatures briefly pause and the morning birds have not yet begun their chorus. It is a pocket of stillness in the jungle, a breath between realms. The traveler shifts slightly, lulled into a deeper level of rest by the near absence of sound. All around, the forest holds its breath, as though offering a sacred moment of total tranquility. And then, almost imperceptibly, the first faint peeps of dawn chorus begin. Birds venturing tentative notes into the hush. The traveler remains in the hammock, floating between dreaming and wakefulness. The edges of awareness are fuzzy and content. Outside, the sky transitions from black to the palest gray. The air stirs with a hint of coolness. With the next breath, the traveler's entire body rests heavier against the hammock, drifting deeper into the restorative arms of slumber. The hush of the pre-dawn forest weaves a final lullaby, ushering in dreams as gentle and comforting as the treehouse itself. If one were to watch the traveler then, they would see a figure at peace, nestled within a secret refuge high above the jungle floor. Tendrils of vine reach up around the wooden railing, while broad leaves sway softly against the frame of the balcony. The lantern's glow has faded, leaving only moonlight that gives way to the earliest glimmers of dawn. In that atmosphere, a serene hush permeates every last fiber of existence. It is a space that invites repose and the healing quiet of nature's tender embrace. At last, even the gentle awareness of passing time fades. There is only the mellow lull of the traveler's breath and the enveloping warmth of the jungle's presence. Night's gentle hold may shift toward day, but within the treetops, a timeless calm reigns. Soft sighs from the leaves, a distant hoot of an owl returning to its slumber, and the emerging chirps of awakening birds all merge into a serene lullaby. In this suspended calm, the traveler floats, eyes closed, drifting far, far from thoughts of yesterday or tomorrow. The hidden treehouse stands as a testament to the simple wonder of rest. It invites all who pass within its wooden walls to linger in that state of softness, of letting go, where no demands are placed on the mind, and nothing is asked of the body except to breathe and be. A faint pink hue colors the horizon, growing stronger by the minute. The dawn chorus gradually gains momentum, a layering of bird song that resonates through the canopy. Dew collects on the leaves, scattering droplets of silver that catch the first rays of light. A gentle warmth flows through the air, and somewhere, deep below, the forest floor begins to stir with small creatures venturing out to greet the new day. All the while, the traveler slumbers on, content in the gentle lull of a well-earned rest. As the sun begins its slow climb, narrow beams of gold slip through the leaves, illuminating pockets of the treehouse in soft morning light. The hammock's woven fibers glow with gentle radiance, and the blanket's subtle colors deepen under the gentle sun. Yet, within this lofty retreat, time continues at a languid pace, and the traveler remains in sweet repose. Outside the windows, the leaves begin their morning dance, swaying in a delicate breeze that carries the scent of blooming flowers and newly warmed earth. Wispy clouds float across a pastel sky, forming shapes that drift and fade in the comforting hush. Nature's breath, calm and ever-present, continues to cradle the hidden treehouse, allowing the traveler to remain enveloped in dreams. Eventually, the traveler shifts, lightly stirring beneath the blanket. Eyes gently flutter open for a moment, registering the gentle shift from nighttime hush to early morning calm. The traveler senses the warmth of a new day, but feels no hurry. Contentment settles in. Instead of rising, the traveler drifts back, letting eyelids close once more, surrendering to that place between sleeping and waking. Birds outside greet the sun with playful calls, but the traveler remains lulled, half listening, half dreaming, letting the hammock's rhythms soothe them deeper. High overhead, the sky shifts in tone, from fragile pinks to clear morning blue. Sunbeams glint off dew-strewn leaves, sending droplets of shimmering light across the balcony railing. A gentle hush envelops the moment. Time is unhurried. For the traveler, the treehouse has become a cradle, suspended between sky and earth, a sanctuary that holds quiet watch as they doze in total peace. From far below, muffled by the canopy's many layers, faint forest sounds drift upward. A small animal shuffles through the underbrush, leaves rustle, and water trickles somewhere out of sight. All these subtle notes blend into a meditative hum, the same peaceful pulse that resonates through every branch and leaf. The traveler breathes in unison with that hum, each exhale releasing any remnants of tension, any last strand of thought that might tug them from this haven of rest. In this realm, the traveler feels safe, guided by the unwavering strength of the ancient tree, comforted by the hush of leaves overhead. There is no rush, no pressing need, just a slow, steady drift into renewal, accompanied by the tranquil hush of the jungle. Occasionally, the traveler feels the hammock sway slightly, stirred by a gentle breeze passing through the treehouse. And in that subtle motion lies a reminder of childhood memories. The soothing calm of a rocking cradle, the sweet lull that erases worry and invites deeper rest. The faint morning light grows a bit brighter, but it arrives tenderly, as if afraid to disturb the peaceful occupant within. The traveler floats between dreamscapes and reality, each breath anchored in the present, each exhale gliding into the unknown realms of the subconscious. The world outside the treetops gradually stirs, a slow awakening that is far removed from modern hustle and bustle. Here, nature dictates the pace, gentle and unhurried, letting the day blossom like a flower opening to the sun. One by one, the traveler's muscles settle further into the hammock's embrace. The arms are heavy and relaxed, the legs unwound and limp, the spine resting effortlessly. The breath settles into a soft, rhythmic pattern, each inhale like the gentle tide coming in, each exhale like the tide receding, carrying away the last traces of tension. The traveler's mind is at peace, lulled into the soft fringes of a dream that whispers of cascading waterfalls and emerald vines swaying in the breeze. Outside, the sun climbs a little higher, brightening patches of the forest floor, coaxing blossoms to open. Birds swoop through the air, weaving patterns among the branches, their feathers catching glints of early light. Now and then, a stray call resonates through the canopy, a joyful exclamation at the dawn of a new day. But up in the treehouse, everything remains hushed and deliberate, urging the traveler to linger in gentle stillness. Far off, a slight breeze rustles the uppermost leaves, stirring them in a delicate cascade of whispers. It's a language of green, an intimate conversation carried from branch to branch, finally reaching the open windows of the treehouse. The traveler senses this hush, allowing it to settle over them, a comforting blanket of living sound. Warmth spreads through their limbs, the kind of warmth that arises from being truly at rest. Little by little, that hush weaves a kind of spell. The traveler notices how each breath seems to float on a soft current, a gentle wave that comes and goes without the faintest force. They surrender fully to this ebb and flow, letting the breath guide them deeper into blissful relaxation. Time loses definition. Minutes and hours slip into a calm continuum, guided by the lullaby of the forest's heartbeat. The hammock rocks slightly, as though reminding the traveler there is no need to do anything else, no reason to stir from this perfect stillness. Outside, shafts of sunlight sparkle in the fresh morning, dancing across patches of moss and bark. The traveler's eyelids remain closed, their body secure in the warmth of the blanket. Everything feels light, as though any day-to-day cares have dissolved into the infinite quiet of the jungle. High up in the boughs of the ancient tree, the traveler's breathing steadies to a gentle hush, matching the subdued pulse of life around them. Sunbeams continue their gradual advance, but the treehouse remains a place of restful magic, suspended between the wakeful world and the sanctuary of sleep. The subdued hush of leaves, the soft trill of birds, and the hush of the breeze combine into a lullaby that encourages deeper rest. If one listens closely, they might hear the faint pulse of the traveler's heart, beating in tandem with the hush of the jungle. Each beat is a soothing reassurance, a steady presence that mirrors the slow dance of shadows and light across the wooden floor. The traveler sinks deeper, wrapped in a cocoon of serenity, drifting ever closer to the sweet realm of true, unbroken slumber. As the sun rises higher, the treehouse remains untroubled by the brightening sky. The traveler, entirely at peace, barely registers the shift in light. Nature continues its steady morning routine. Birds feed among the leaves, insects hum with quiet industry, and the distant waterfall glimmers in the day's new radiance. Yet here, in the gentle sway of the hammock, the traveler remains ensconced in undisturbed rest, each breath a whisper of peace. Breathing becomes an almost imperceptible act, so subtle and effortless that it melts into the tranquil backdrop. In that softness, the traveler's thoughts evaporate, replaced by a state of gentle, floating calm. Muscles lie in perfect repose, the entire body weightless against the hammock's cradle. The rustle of leaves merges with the hush of breath, forming a single, harmonious melody. Slowly, the jungle's early excitement calms as the day settles into its warm routine. a sense of dreamy stillness overshadows all else. Colors saturate the forest, from the deep emerald of leaves to the bright plumes of passing birds. But for the traveler, these details swirl somewhere in the outskirts of awareness, overshadowed by the tranquility that has settled like a gentle fog upon the mind and body. All that matters in this high sanctuary is the unbroken stream of restful peace. The body absorbs this calm like a soft sponge, releasing lingering pockets of stress with each tender sigh. The hammock's gentle sway lulls the traveler further, as if urging them deeper into the heart of sleep, where every breath nurtures and rejuvenates. Moments blur and overlap in that hush, time drifting without boundaries. A warm glow pervades the entire treehouse, filtered through leaves that move in slow, natural rhythms. And within this nest, the traveler sinks, lulled by the hum of the earth, comforted by the guardianship of the ancient tree. There is nothing to do, nothing to solve. Only the velvety hush of the jungle, cradling the traveler in pure tranquility. Gradually, even the awareness of these quiet details slips away. The traveler's eyelids rest firmly shut, consciousness resting on a gentle tide that flows back into a dream realm. The subtle roll of the hammock is like being rocked in a loving embrace. No matter how softly the breeze stirs, it only deepens the traveler's surrender to the healing power of rest. At length, as if time itself has paused to ensure the traveler's deep renewal, the hush of the treehouse thickens. Even the faint bird song is more distant now, a lullaby drifting at the edge of hearing. The traveler's mind is softly cocooned in layers of calm. A drowsy warmth floods the space, thickening the air in a comforting sense of protection and inviting the traveler to drift even more gently into quiet slumber. This is the moment the jungle has prepared for all along, a sanctuary for letting go, a refuge among broad leaves and twisting vines where tension and worry cannot endure. The traveler doesn't fight this wave of relaxation, but yields to it wholeheartedly. Floating on that warmth, their being rests in a state of perfect, dreamlike contentment. Gradually, the outside world becomes a soft blur, a muffled tapestry of green light and whispered sounds. The traveler's body dissolves into the comforting support of the hammock, each breath rolling in and out like a distant tide. In that slow, drowsy rhythm, sleep descends, gentle as a falling feather, enveloping the traveler in a blanket of deep, restorative peace. Now, allow your own breathing to follow that soothing pattern. Inhale soft warmth, exhale any remaining tension. Notice how your muscles have grown heavier, your limbs at ease. Let the hush of this hidden treehouse lull you further, guiding you into the sweetest rest. There is no need to stir. Each moment invites deeper tranquility. Each breath opens a new door to peaceful slumber. Feel how calm and serene the mind has become. Thoughts may float by, but they are mere visitors, too gentle to rouse any effort. Any small worry dissolves into the expansive quiet of nature's lullaby. Let the hush cradle you. Let the hammock sway, even if only in your imagination. Let the forest's melody soothe every corner of your mind. Each inhale is pure serenity. Each exhale a soft surrender. Allow the weight of your eyelids to pull you further inward. The story has carried you to this treetop haven, where night and day blend in gentle transitions, and the hum of nature is your only companion. This is your resting place now, suspended in calm. There is no rush, no goal, only the tender gift of stillness and the promise of deep, healing sleep. As you drift off, envision the gentle pulse of leaves overhead, a calm ocean of green lulling you. Hear the distant calls of birds and insects, each note merging with your breath. Feel the softness of the hammock beneath you, as though it were a cloud floating among star-kissed skies. Let yourself dream. Let every muscle go slack. Let your mind tumble freely into the sweet darkness of slumber. Good night, dear traveler. Sleep well. May the hush of the hidden treehouse and the gentle presence of the jungle guide you through a night of soothing rest and gentle dreams. Breathe soft and slow, and let it all fade into a comforting lull. Drift away now. Let the forest cradle you. Sleep deeply, in peace.